Good afternoon and welcome to News Around Africa on Channel 38, Facebook and YouTube channel. I am Esther Wilson. Masai Mara, Kenya. The Masai Mara, Kenya's most famous wildlife reserve, is one of Africa's best-known safari destinations. Every year, hundreds of thousands of visitors travel to the reserve, generating millions of dollars for Kenya's economy and supporting jobs, businesses, and local communities. But as luxury camps and lodges spread across the reserve, concerns are growing over the environmental cost of tourism. Conservationists warn that unchecked development is damaging wildlife habitats and threatening one of the world's greatest natural spectacles. The annual migration of wild beasts, zebras, and gazelles between Tanzania's Serengeti National Park and Kenya's Masai Mara National Reserve. The future of the Masai Mara is increasingly being contested in courts. Conservation groups have filed several cases challenging the construction and expansion of tourist camps inside and around the reserve, arguing that some developments were approved without adequate environmental safeguards. The latest petition, filed by the East Africa Law Society, Natural Justice, Just Act, and the African Center for Peace and Human Rights, seeks conservatory orders to halt the construction and expansion of accommodation facilities in the Masai Mara National Reserve pending the hearing of the case. The petition names the Ritz-Carlton Hotel Company, Marriott International, Lazizi Mara Limited, the Narok County Government, the National Environment Management Authority, the Attorney General, the Kenya Wildlife Service, the Safari Collection Limited, and Minor Hotels Limited. As Ebola cases continue to emerge in the Eastern Democratic Republic of the Congo, Virunga National Park, Africa's oldest, is strengthening health measures to protect communities and the endangered mountain gorillas living in it. The measures are part of the park's emergency response after the World Health Organization declared the Ebola outbreak in the DRC and neighboring Uganda a public health emergency of international concern in May. It is a terrible disease and one that poses a threat first and foremost to human populations. Protected areas such as Virunga National Park are vast national spaces where there are no human populations. They act as a barrier to the spread of the disease. Emmanuel de Merode, Director General of Virunga National Park, told Al Jazeera. Virunga previously supported efforts to contain the DRC's 10th Ebola outbreak between 2018 and 2020, which killed nearly 2,300 people in North Kivu and Ituri provinces. De Merode believes the park can again contribute to slowing transmission during the country's 17th outbreak, which has killed more than 1,400 people, according to Congolese health authorities. The park has established 6 health checkpoints within and around its territory, a 300-kilometer stretch of protected forest that park officials describe as a natural barrier across North Kivu. It has also deployed 40 paramedics alongside 80 rangers as part of an initial 6-month emergency response. We are setting up checkpoints which act as roadblocks together with health units for hand washing and temperature screening and a first-level isolation center next to each checkpoint, he said. In Ituri province, the epicenter of the outbreak, checkpoints north and south of Bunia, the provincial capital, are screening travelers arriving from areas affected by Ebola. We have supported the health service with protective equipment, body bags, thermometers, and vehicles because when the disease first broke out, the health services faced real difficulties, particularly in North Kivu, De Merode said. Virunga, a United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1980, is located in a region that has experienced more than 2 decades of armed conflict. More than 800 rangers protect the park, which is home to a number of the world's most threatened species. 35 people were killed in a drone strike by the Sudanese army on a traditional court session in the north of the Darfur region, a local rights organization has said. Dozens more were reported injured in Sunday afternoon's attack. The Emergency Lawyers Group, which monitors violence against civilians, said the attack occurred in Gara al-Zawiya village that is controlled by the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces (RSF). The army has not commented. The RSF holds most of Darfur in the west of the country as the two sides continue to fight in the 3-year-long civil war that has devastated the country, killed tens of thousands of people, and forced millions from their homes. Sunday's court session was being held under a tree with the participation of local community leaders. A witness is quoted by the AFP news agency as saying, 4 tribal leaders and 2 RSF commanders were amongst those killed in the attack, according to the witness. The privately owned Darfur 24 website quoted a local resident who said that 2 drones flew over the town before launching more than 4 missiles. The emergency lawyer groups called for an investigation into the drone strike and condemned the targeting of the court, saying that attacks on civilians and civilian infrastructure are a grave violation of international humanitarian law. That's all we have time for on this edition of News Around Africa by Magic TV, and I'm Esther Wilson.